Good? All right. All right, guys. In this section, we're going to go over social insurances, okay? What that basically breaks down to is we're going to talk about Social Security. We're going to talk about Medicaid, Medicare, and workers' compensation programs, okay? State workers' compensation programs. Now, in these social insurances, in this class, we're learning all about health insurance, right? We're talking about major medical things along those lines. What people tend to think is that your Social Security, like I mentioned Medicare. Medicare is a major medical plan for seniors, right? We'll get into that. But right now, Social Security, a lot of people think Social Security is actually one of those adequate kind of insurances where as you get older or if something was to happen like with disability, even with death, some of these things would be covered under disability income. But the truth of the matter is that one of the first things the state wants me to tell you is that it's not adequate coverage. Social Security is nothing more than putting a floor onto the God forbid or what if financial situation that arises if somebody was to die, for instance, right? If somebody was to die, Social Security has disability income benefits that give you a benefit. You know how much that benefit is? $255. So if I'm making $100,000 a year for my 40 quarters of working, right? I've been contributing into my FICA tax, FICA. See that? FICA payroll tax? Important. I've been contributing year after year for 10 years, 4 quarters, every single year. And all of a sudden I die. What does my wife and kids get? $255. Does that sound like a risk management strategy to you? No, it's literally like a coupon for dinner after the burial, all right? So when it comes to Social Security and the purpose of Social Security, it's really just to provide a floor for benefits. Now, we mentioned FICA tax. So Social Security, those 40 quarters, is paid in by this FICA, this payroll tax. That payroll tax actually also contributes into the Medicare fund, okay? So Medicare and Social Security both come off of payroll taxes. Thus, social insurances, federally sponsored, okay? Not one size fits all though, because let's just say that I'm like I said, $100,000 a year, I'm contributing into my FICA tax quarter after quarter. It's there all the time. I reach a maximum, okay? Once I reach this maximum, that I pay into the system, I don't get any more benefits. I just receive the maximum amount of benefits back. If I don't contribute enough over those 40 quarters to ever reach that maximum, I don't get the maximum benefit. So remember, the Social Security thing here is not one size fits all. Payroll tax. You contribute into your payroll tax, you get a little bit more out of it. Now, when we talked about the minimum benefits, obviously it's to working class. Ronnie, like you said, it's none of that under the table stuff. You know, you can't be just doing your work and getting your side hustle going, not paying any payroll tax and say, yo, where's my where's my $255, right? Can't just do that. But it is available to most working class Americans, all right? Now, last but not least, okay, there's 2 different classifications here. One's fully insured and one's currently insured. If you are fully insured by Social Security, what does that mean? It means that you've paid in. You're completely vested. You have your 40 quarters. You've got your 10 years worth of credits. Each one of those quarters is 1 credit. You've received that, which means that you, your family, your kids receive full benefits if something was to, God forbid, happen to you, all right? Now, currently insured means that you haven't reached those maximum limits yet, but you do have some benefits available to you. So to go ahead and recap this, we're on the social insurances, Social Security, Social Security disability income benefits, and what do we need to know about it? It's not an insurance policy, guys. It's a coupon in case of the God forbid or what if. It gives you a minimum amount It gives the working class American a floor to begin the foundation of recovering onto, okay? And in reference to disability income benefits, this is nothing like the Aflac duck, all right? Somebody kicks the bucket around here, $255. Seriously, if I drive a Tahoe, guys, if the funeral was in Georgia, I'm going to have to get a loan for the gas, okay? That's why we have policies like long-term care and accidental and things along those lines, because these things that the government gives you are basics, okay? In this next section, we're going to transition from Social Security into Medicaid. Why Medicaid? If you're following along in the book, you'll realize that Medicaid, they actually want us to go into Medicare here, but that doesn't make sense because Medicare is this fully comprehensive, healthcare strategy for seniors and people with certain illnesses like end-stage renal disease, kidney dialysis, things like that, Lou Gehrig's disease. So we're going to go into Medicaid because where Social Security is an entitlement, it's not welfare, okay? You paid into it, but it's the minimum benefits. If you couldn't go ahead and pay into it or didn't, you haven't reached those levels and you really can't afford to sustain yourself, then, and that's where Medicaid comes in, okay? Because that's where we're going into low-income programs, Medicaid.